Well, hello. What kind of crazy messed up title is this? Is Bob okay? Bob is okay. Doing pretty dang good. Thanks for asking. Welcome everyone to the Monday Night live stream. Starting a little late, but we are starting. So here I am. Hope you all had a great weekend. And I hope everyone enjoyed that previous stream. Even to all the cheaters. That's perfectly fine. Where's the hose? Yeah, so welcome. We'll give it a few minutes for people to kind of mosey on in, stroll in, I guess. While we're waiting, obviously, don't forget to hit the like button and get your questions ready because we got answers. We got answers. Also, don't forget that link in the pinned comment there for 10% off your first order at Dan's Fish. And if you've already ordered from Dan's Fish, use that link anyways. Josh says, hi all, love to the fish family. Right back at you, Josh. Good to see you. Paul says, good evening, everybody, and happy Halloween. Yes, happy Halloween. Yeah. I'm not, if you couldn't tell, I'm not a huge Halloween person, so no, I did not dress up. I'm sure there's been some crazy outfits, but not on this channel. Yeah, I did change the lighting, so I did make it a little more Halloween-y-ish, I guess. Maybe a little more orange, a little more red tint coming through the camera. So that's about all I was willing to do for Halloween. So unfortunately, it is going to get darker too, so we'll have to see how this plays out. 11 days from your big anniversary, Jamie. Yep, that just means I have 11 days to come up with a badge for you. And I've got no ideas. How many lawns did I kick off my, how many kids did I kick off my lawn this year? There's going to be no kids. No kids are going to walk out into the middle of the woods where I'm at. I don't have to worry about it. The old house, oh my gosh. Before I moved, it was awful. There was just non-stop kids. Some years I was in the mood for it, and some years I was not. Glowfish ethically okay for tonight? I mean, I'm ethically okay with glowfish all the time. Spooky Halloween. Greg says, good day everyone. Public holiday here in Melbourne, Australia for a horse race. Horse racing is a holiday there? That's kind of crazy. Alex says, no more buying fish for me. 6 types of endlers and 2 game fish species for the pond. You're never done buying fish, my friend. It's never going to end. The clocks change for us on Sunday. Oh, are we at about that time? I just wait till it happens automatically. I'm not really sure when daylight savings is. What up, fish nerds? Happy Halloween, says Ron Star. Ronster. Yeah, Bow Wow says Halloween, and now I know why my dog keeps barking. And my dogs are a barking. Tell that to the wife. Why would you even let her know? See, the goal is to get so many fish in tanks that they can't even notice when you get new ones. Right? That's where you got to get to. That's like your goal. No, that's not a new tank. That's been set up there this whole time. No, those aren't new fish. Those are just fry from this other fish. No shortage of excuses or lies. Y'all better be smashing that like button, and not even at 20, says Josh. Gotta go for the like button. It is basically the only thing I ask of you. And I barely even ask that. No trick-or-treaters here for the last 13 years. I love it. Nice. Mostly I just got annoyed because of my dogs. Like, My dogs do not appreciate Halloween. They don't care about 4th of July. The explosions, the fireworks, they don't care at all. But Halloween, they don't go for it. They just don't. Bob, who has the best deal on Reef Ready 125s? Probably whatever your local fish store is, my friend. I would have no idea. This not really something you see at a Petco and a PetSmart. Your best bet is going to try to have your local fish store, if you have one, order one in. Or if you can find one used online, it's probably going to be the best deal. Josh says, you literally don't ask for likes, Bob. We got you, though. I really don't. The stream is an hour earlier for me. All right. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Those puppers, not a fan of the kiddos. No. Not really a fan of anyone that comes walking around. Nancy B in Tennessee. I like the way that sounds. My dogs don't like the stranger dangers either. No trick-or-treaters out where we are, though. Like I said, sometimes I'm into it, but it's one of those things. I don't know. Like, it's always fun giving out full-size candy bars and stuff. But then some years, I just don't care. Just not into it. Hi from Croatia. That you might be the first Croatian here that I've ever had. I don't remember anyone from Croatia ever coming before. I can't believe I'm here. It's 1:12 a.m. Thank you so much. That's amazing. I wish I had like a world map that I could keep behind me and just like pin all the countries or states depending on where you are in the world, and it would be like a collect them all type of thing. I might have to do that. That sounds kind of fun. To be fair, if I walked up to a Adobe, it probably wouldn't want the candy that bad. They're such nice dogs. You can't be afraid. I mean, when I walk my dog, like people cross the street to go to the other side. I'm like, this is like one of the sweetest dogs I've ever owned in my life. You have no idea. There are so many alternatives to trick-or-treating these days. Stop the door-to-door thing, please. You just want people to send like a wish list. Here's my Amazon wish list. That's what you want, Johnny. You want all these kids like messaging you their Amazon wish list. Give me all this candy and I won't come to your door. You don't give me this candy, I'm gonna come knocking all night. Oh man. Yeah, if you meet my dog outside, it's gonna go pretty well. But if my dog is inside and you come around, it's not gonna go well. Are you sure it's because of the dog? Well, not entirely. Okay, you have a fair point there, Tampa Tom. You have a fair point. That's like rolling up on a random stranger's truck and grabbing candy. Yeah, just tell them kids to go to the van with the candy. Don't come to my door. You see that van over there? They're giving away candy. Just go over to that van. Oh, man. Needed that good stretch. I'd be curious to what your alternatives are. No one dumb enough to trick-or-treat here. The rumors of death wires or trip wires and death pits. 3 times Ruffles all dressed up. Man, I haven't had those in a long time. Those are pretty good. 2 mini arrows. I don't know what that is. And a can of Pepsi. Wait, someone had rainbow fry? Wait, what am I missing this? Nice GS, nice rainbow fry. Where? I don't see it. I guess I missed it. Anyways, all right, I missed it. Whatever, I don't see it. But for anyone who has a rainbow fry, congratulations. Fish question: what size tanks are you using to breed cories? That is an excellent question, Austin, and I'm probably going to use a mixture of 10 and 20 gallons. I'm actually going to be setting up some racks after the stream tonight with 10 gallons. But I think it just depends on the species of cories. I plan on breeding a lot of aspidoras, so I'll do those in 10-gallon tanks. Any of the smaller species of Corydoras, like I'm getting some Lortoensis tomorrow. I'll do those in a 10-gallon because they're pretty small. I may or may not be getting some pygmy cories, and I'll do those in a 10-gallon. But like sterbies or poultures, any of the larger ones, I'd probably do in like a 20. It's not necessary. There's lots of Corydora breeders doing them in 10-gallon tanks just because it's easy, but I don't want a lot of 10-gallon tanks because I hate doing water changes on 10-gallon tanks. That's the only reason I would go from a 10 to a 20. Remember the costumes from the late 70s or early 80s, plastic masks that would cut you in basically a garbage bag? I had a lot of those. You better do panda cories and conquer that fish. I mean, I will eventually, but they're definitely not on my list. Another follow-up question: what is your ideal tank setup for cories? Sand, wood? As far as if you're still talking about breeding, I'm only going to do sand in a sponge filter. That's it. As far as an ideal tank setup, I don't think it really matters to them. The substrate, obviously sand, but as far as like decoration, I don't think they care. For me, I would want my Corydoras to have more room to sift through the substrate. So I wouldn't do like lots of rocks or wood. Maybe a little bit, but it wouldn't be like in the aquarium. I would definitely give them room to roam around and sift through the substrate. What is your process for breeding Corydoras? It's honestly getting them super fat and then just doing a water change. It's that easy. So lots of really high protein food for a couple days. You can generally see when the females get nice and fat and kind of look egg bound. Sometimes you can even see like, yep, those are eggs. And then just doing a big cooler water change will trigger them. Not all species are that easy. Then you got to start like breaking the code and trying different things. But for the most part, the most cories you see, that's generally how it works. You can definitely start getting into some rare ones where you have to start maybe playing with some pH or soften the water if you have hard water. But most of them now are like being bred in like Florida and California, and not too difficult on a lot of the species, but the more uncommon species, they can be a little trickier. Took my dog out tonight and he was doing fine until the chainsaw yielding clown ran out into the street. See, now that would be questionable. I don't know, like fake chainsaw, sure, but if you're running around with like a real chainsaw, like that could get you shot in some areas. You're gambling. You're gambling. Anyone know a good guppy breeder in the U.S. looking for different species? As far as me, like when I need guppies, I just go to Kangley, Twin Cities Guppies. There's so many people breeding guppies though. I couldn't even begin. Jay Oliver, he's got some pretty good guppies. Well, pretty sweet guppies, I should say. But I would hate like just start naming off names and then leaving people off the list and feeling bad. Breeding tip: make a large amount of baby brine shrimp, feed live, and freeze the rest in ice cube trays the rest of the week, mixed with other types of foods. Didn't have names, but was loud. Yeah, that's still I don't know. I feel like that's asking for trouble. Brian says, hey, Bob, I'm late tonight, so you most likely already answered this question. But what costumes did you put your dogs in? Dogs. They're dressed up as dogs. Are you going to breed those C123 yellows? Yes. Well, I should say I've never bred them before. I'm going to try, but yes. As far as Corydoras that I have now, currently I only have the C123s, and I have I was going to say a large group of sterbies, but I have a group of sterbies that are very large. So I might breed them just to check that one off the list. Tomorrow I have some Lortoenses coming in. I have some Aspidoris rochi coming in, and I already have Aspidoris spilotus and another one that I'm blanking on the name. So I'll have 3 species of Aspidoras, and I'll continue to collect them as they come available. But I absolutely love Aspidoras. I like them more than Corydoras, as a matter of fact. But it's not really like one or the other. Any tips on someone receiving fish from shipping for the first time? Josh, it really depends. So there's a few factors. Are they being shipped with breather bags or regular bags? For me, mostly I just do plop and drop. That's it. I temperature acclimate, so I'll just set the box that they came in my fish room. Of course, if you don't have a fish room, you can just float the bags. If they are regular bags, I mean, you can't really float breather bags. It's not a good idea. But you could do it technically. But once they're temperature acclimated, I just plop and drop. I don't mess around with, drip acclimation or anything like that. And I've never done a plop and drop and then just had all the fish die. I've always had pretty good luck with plop and drop. Even shrimp, I'll plop and drop shrimp too. Johnny at Dance Fish says, we have some nice Aspidoras rochi. I know, you guys didn't list them until after I bought mine. Actually, it was when Dan called me on the live stream. When we talked later that night, I told him I bought some. And he's like, oh, we just listed some. And I'm like, no, you didn't. I didn't see them on the website. And then we went and looked and they were there. Whoops. That'll happen. But I was actually after the Lortoenses. Like, that's one of my favorite Corydoras. And you just don't see them very often. So, noob question. How can you tell if a bag is a breather bag or not? So most breather bags are going to have printing on them that say breather bag. The other telltale sign is it'll be 100% full of water. So if you have, you get your normal fish bags that you're used to, depending on who packaged them, it could be like 50-50 water and air. A breather bag is always going to be 100% full of water. Maybe like a couple bubbles, but for the most part, it should be completely full of water. So that's kind of how you would tell. Is my water hard or soft there? So it's kind of interesting. I have low pH but hard water. And it's not that low. It's in the upper 6s, so not that low. And then I have hard water. But it kind of changes with this season. So now we're getting a lot of rain, and that's going to kind of change my parameters a little bit. I love Dan's last video so much. I haven't got a chance. I started it last night, and then got sidetracked and never went back to it. But it is on my list. Hey Bob, heard you're getting back into aquarium plants. I have some rare plants available if interested. Most stem, some Erios. Possibly. Yes, possibly. You can email me at steenfoddaquatics@gmail.com and let me know what you have and how much you're asking, and I'll let you know. Johnny, which Cory's are the ones in Dan's videos? They look like a Dolphoe, pretty and big. Don't you guys have Pulchers too? I think it is the Robustus though. Then it's the CW27. I need those. Those are nice. Those are nice. Let's see. I actually have his website pulled up right here. The other one I wanted to get is the Similis, Corydoras Similis, which you guys have. Those are on the list. Same with the elegans, the elegant Corydora. I like that one too. Aspidoras Raimundi is the other Aspidoras I have. So the Spilotus, the Raimundi, and the Rochai. I'd really like to find the Kudo punctatus, I think. Is that it? I'm not sure. The 6-line Aspidoras, I think, is the common name. 6-line Cory. I had that one years and years and years ago when I was kind of a noob and couldn't get them to breed. So I'd like to try them again. But we'll see. I haven't seen them available in quite some time. Well, I haven't seen them available from anyone that I'd want to purchase from in quite some time. Johnny says, Similis are neat. I really like the way they look. They kind of go from that spotted pattern to like just a solid kind of black tail. Well, body. Their tail's not black. But I'm just really digging Corydoras lately. I'd really like to get some Pulchers as well. Lucas says, would putting a couple pieces of limestone in a hang-on back help live plants? Possibly. Depends on the plants. And it depends on your current water parameters, right? If you have like just really soft water with, you know, like no hardness or anything, then yeah, it would probably help. But again, some plants like really soft water, so depends. Am I going to breed any Corydoras julii? No, because I think there's too many issues with their classifications. Like, I just think there's way too much confusion. You see, like, people selling juliis, false juliis, and like, these are real, truly juliis. I'm like, well, do I really know that they're real juliis? I don't know, because there's like 800 juliis that all look the same that are different. So I'll probably avoid anything with the word julii, even though I do think they're very pretty. But I just feel like they get misidentified a lot, and I don't want to breed them and sell them as julii if they're not juliis, and I'm not an expert enough on Corydoras to be able to know if they actually are or not. Zen says, I'm very excited about my pygmies. Yep, I might get some of those to breed as well. We'll see. Someone that I can get fish through has some really cheap orange seam plecos, and they're so cheap that I'm really considering buying them because I love them. And I might, if I do, they also have some pygmies I might buy. We'll see though. All Corydoras are awesome. I agree. Everyone should have Corydoras in their tanks. Yeah, I feel you, Mark. I feel like Zen always wins. I don't know. At least I'm always hearing about stuff that she's winning. Like, those poor julii Corys disappeared in the cold pond. Yeah, I could see that happening for sure. Have I ever used any of the food from Brine Shrimp Direct? The brand is Aquatics. They have a bunch of different kinds. No, I have not. I've never heard of Aquatics. I'm gonna look here real quick. Brine Shrimp. Maybe I have. I mean, I have bought from them before. Let's see. Is it just their flake? Whoa, you can really buy it in like 5-pound buckets? That's kind of funny. So the only thing I've ever got from Brine Shrimp Direct is the golden pearls. This is one of my favorite fry foods. Are golden pearls. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna buy some right now, so I have some ready to go. I introduced live bloodworms from my pond, maybe, into one of my fry tanks about a month ago. It has a lid, and when they hatch into the midge flies, they are sort of contained until I feed. So yeah, worms. Tried putting pygmy cories with my dwarf Mexican crayfish, thinking they'd be too quick for him, but nope. He got one in no time at all. That's really kind of crazy. The Kudo punctatus. Mexican crayfish, are they talking about like the dwarf orange Mexican crayfish? They're usually pretty peaceful. Huh. Interesting. Ghoul evening, everyone. Nice to see you, Barb. Doesn't Primetime Aquatics have Kudo punks? I have no idea. I know a few YouTubers that have them, but are not breeding them. So we'll see. There's only about 10 or so species that are in the hobby, and really there's only like 5 that I would consider in the hobby. There is about 10 or 12 species that if you give it like a year of collecting them, you can get them all. I've had the dwarf blue cray eat everything in its tank and refuse to allow plants. Yeah, so I do believe that for sure. But the dwarf orange Mexican crayfish, when I've had them, they were actually, they didn't go after any. They wouldn't even go after shrimp. They probably realized that, like, oh wait, those are our kind. We won't go after them. What kind of CO2 did you win? I'm kind of curious. Regina Flandy says, I had Kudo punctatus and they bred a lot. That's what I hear. This is why I'm so frustrated with them, because I had them for like a year and they never bred once. So, yeah. Yep. Everyone I've ever talked to says they're so easy to breed, and they're one of the most inexpensive aspidoras for that reason. Like, I get it, but I failed. All right, so I need some web redemption, some Tosh 2.0 web redemption, and try to breed them again. CO2 art, like, you want a painting of CO2? I'm excited for Dan's giveaway tonight. Doesn't Dan stream on Wednesdays? I'm confused. No experience with aquarium crayfish, but until I eradicate them from my pond, the plants won't take off. My adult Bugs Bunny rainbows ate my dwarf crayfish when he molted. I could see that happen. It's crazy that you must have like a ton of crayfish in your pond. That's nuts. Our lakes here are just like covered with crayfish, but lots of plants. They also mow down shrimp, so I guess I'm not surprised. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Like even the fanning shrimp, like the blue wood shrimp. Sure, they're 3-4 inches, but they'll get picked off too when they molt. You gotta have a good place for them to hide. Wait, I read the date wrong. I'll be back at work. Now I'm kind of curious what he's giving away. I gotta go look. What's he giving away this time? I want to go back there and stream again. Ooh, he's giving away Radinocentris. I definitely have to be there for this one. I'm clicking this notify me button. Yeah, I definitely want some of these. Mark my word, right now, I will win this giveaway. I'm just putting it out there in the universe right now. These rainbow fish are mine. I will win. Hey, look at that. When I search Dan's Fish, my channel comes up. Sucker. All right. Whoops world, what's going on? Good evening and Merry Halloween. Boo, boo, boo. Hi, beautiful people. Let's get tanked. Good to see you, Whips world. A lot of hiding places, but the rainbows would injure themselves on the decor. Yep. Always hated that about rainbow fish. They're not very bright. Dinner's done. Dogs had a snack. Did I miss anything important? Probably not. Had a lot of hiding places. Oh, I already got that one. Wait. So you want artwork of CO2. All right. 55-gallon display currently has 1 juvie angel, 9 bronze Corydoras. That reminds me, I also want Corydoras con color. Anyways. Should I get more angels or a schooling fish and keep the single angel as a centerpiece? I would keep the single angel and do schooling fish. That's just my personal preference. Someone else might tell you to go buy 5 angel fish and still get schooling fish. You could certainly do that too. Me though, I'm not it's just personal preference. Like I'm not a big angel fish person, so I am a big schooling fish person. So having a nice school of fish would be more exciting for me. I have a 10-gallon with 6 of mono shrimp and want to add cherry shrimp and also a small school of nano fish. Thinking chili rasboras, white clouds. I would go chili rasboras. White clouds get bigger than you think. Yeah, I don't think I would put white clouds in a 10-gallon. I would definitely go with a nano rasbora myself. The other thing you're going to have to watch out for is a mono shrimp will kill cherry shrimp. So keep that in mind. I've seen it happen personally. So a mono shrimp will go after shrimp. Those are the super cool cichlids with the yellow dorsal edge. I'm not sure. Just so my cats are not going to be a problem. Just get like a 25-pound or a 20-pound CO2 tank. They can't get over. Maybe they could, but... Kudo punctatus, aka Bob's Bane. No, my Bane is definitely Panda Cories. Because at least I could keep the Kudo punctatus alive. Panda Cories, I've killed every single time I've got them. Just... Not even like they lasted for 6 to 8 months. It's like they're dead in a month every single time. Atkins Nature Aquarium with buddy says, hey crew, lurking and making dinner. All right, what are we having? I am kind of hungry. Lucas says a pair of pearl gourami works nice with a single angelfish. Just found a 6-ish rosy tetra fry with my panda and Paleotis Cory grow out tank. I only had the adult tetras in the tank for 3 hours. That's all it took. That's all. I mean, 3 hours is a marathon to some, so doesn't take much. All right, so this is a name. Hello, guys. I have a group of Ophthalmolotaplia Boops capilli neon. So if you've never heard of this fish, I don't blame you, but it is a Lake Tanganyikan featherfin. I have 4 adults, haven't colored up at all. Have you kept this cichlid? They're around 4 inches long. So Michael Scott, I have not kept that specific featherfin, but I have kept featherfins in the past. They are extremely slow growers, as some species from Tanganyika are. So you gotta be really patient with featherfins because they don't grow fast. Maybe your pH was too low for the punks. Mine was 8.4, possibly. Mine was probably around 6.8 in a heavily planted aquarium. Just some burgers and fries, always better made home. I agree. I had burgers a couple days ago. I had a burger, but I had 3 patties on it, so I don't know if that still counts as one or not. I can send you some panda cories, Bob, but not if you're gonna kill them. Honestly, the winter time would probably be the best time for me to keep pandas, just because it gets colder in the fish room. But no, I'm still not ready for that battle again. And that war, we both lose, both the cories and I. They lose a lot more than I do, though, so I don't want to feel guilty just yet. You can get a fire. That's a really good idea. I've never actually thought of that. You can get a fire extinguisher mount to put the CO2 tank in. They make all sorts of shapes for gas bottles, and you just need to strap it to something. That's a really good suggestion. I'm assuming the Synodontis camelopardalis I got from you is doing all right. Wait. Still haven't seen him, but food is gone in the morning. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, he's definitely, you know, the other problem with them is that they're definitely a social fish, so they like to be in groups. And yeah. Kind of only having one, it's kind of a bummer, but I'm sure he's doing all right. Paul says, I'm hungry again now. Welcome to my world. I'm always hungry. Dang, Bob is scared. Scared. Have you kept pandas in your new fish room? No. If not, maybe you'll have success with the new water. Possibly. But I think my issue was that I always kept them warm. My old fish room, it got really warm in there sometimes. Regina says, I got a Ninja electric grill. I was skeptical at first. Thing kicks ass. Perfect steaks. You know, I've heard a lot of good things about those Ninja grills, but I'm still very skeptical myself. Like, Nancy B in Tennessee says, fellow panda killer. All right, I'm not alone. Yeah, the Ninja grill, it's intriguing. It's very intriguing. I don't know that it can beat a cast iron steak. That's what I'm gonna be making. I'm gonna be making a few steaks tonight in the cast iron grill over an open flame, and it's just hard to beat that. It's hard to beat that kind of a steak. I don't know. How about a betta with a mono shrimp instead of rasboras? That would work. That would work. I mean, you could get an angry betta. It's possible that you might go after the shrimp, but I know lots of people that keep bettas with Amanos without any problems. So Ninja food is a game changer. We haven't used our stove oven in 6 months. Man. Now I'm really curious. How much are they? Indoor grill. Wait, is this just an air fryer? Like, I have one of those. How is this different than an air fryer? Wait, there's a wood fire outdoor grill. I don't know. Now I'm just more confused than ever. See, there's nothing confusing about a cast iron grill. It's the best $180 money will ever spend. Really? See, there's one on Amazon for $370. Ninja Food Smart XL 6-in-1 indoor grill. That must be at $159.99. Oh, it dehydrates too. Interesting. All right. Well, didn't take us long to get into the food talk, did it? I got mine at Costco on sale. Oh, maybe I should check Costco. That's a problem when you look on Amazon. There's like 110 different types with knockoffs and Ninja blender. All right, here we go. I got it. Oh, member only. I gotta log in to see the price. $199.99. Interesting. Like I said, I've always been curious about this thing. Everyone says it's like the bee's knees, but I don't know. Do I believe the hype? Matthew Vargas says I do. Aquarium Hobby says, you ever kept Congo tetras? I have. Do you have a specific question on them? But if not, the answer is yes. I'm going to have to heat my garage fish room and turn off all my tank heaters. Sometimes that's the way to go. Seriously weird that the species you have the most problems with is one of your two favorites. It's like not being able to keep a rainbow. It just sounds weird. It's been an interesting journey. How about that? Maybe old Santa Claus will bring me a Ninja Food Smart XL 6-in-1 indoor grill smart cook system with 500-degree cyclonic grilling technology for year-round grilling, up to 6 steaks or 24 hot dogs, with a smart thermometer that monitors my food temperatures. Oh, and also non-stick removable parts are dishwasher safe. You get that, Santa Claus? I'm making my list. You better check it twice. Darren, what's going on, buddy? That's what gets me with Amazon. I can search exactly what I want down to the model number, and it shows me a swimming pool or something. Because it knows what you really want, not what you're looking for. You know you want a swimming pool. Do the Congo school? Yes. And is breeding also easy? Sure. If so, any suggestions other than similar tetras I can keep? So they're just egg scatterers, right? So you gotta devise some sort of egg trap so the parents don't eat the eggs. But otherwise, not the most difficult tetra to spawn. Hey Bob, do you need a dither fish in a breeding epistogramma breeding tank? Nope. Would something like a cardinal tetra work for temp and parameters? Well, I would not keep cardinal tetras at the same temperature as my apistos. When I was breeding apistos, I kept the tank at 75. I did not keep them very warm at all. So, but I've only bred, what have I bred? The McMasteri, the Cockatoides, the Incas, and Panduro. I think those are, I've only bred like 4 or 5 species of apistos. So nothing like too terribly difficult. So did you already say, why is it so much darker tonight, Bob? Is it like mood lighting or the sun blockage? It's because I actually have the windows open and the lights off. Usually I have the windows closed and the lights on. And then I also have like this orange kind of filter thing going. Yeah. So I can also, you know, just make it black and white. Sepia. There's some filters. This one's called Dramatic, which it's more red. I don't know why red is drama. This one's called Flashback. I don't know. Inverted. Inverted. There you go. This one is Action Movie. And then this is back to the, it's called Hearth. It's mood lighting. What other tetras have you bred? I don't keep track of tetras that I've bred. But ones that have bred for me are lemon tetras. The tetra that's in the thumbnail is the Dawn tetra, Serpe tetra. I've never specifically tried to breed tetras. They just breed for me, so I don't really keep track. You like the drama one? I forget. Is that the red one? I already forgot. Yep, that's the red one. Or none. This is none. This one looked like the most like Halloween to me, so whatever. It's the orangest of them all. I could make it really orange. I do like the black and white filter. Something about it, I dig it. I love black and white myself. Ghost luck. Yeah, any luck with barbs? The only barbs I've bred are the drape fin barb and the neon barb. And the neon barb's just bred in an outdoor tub. But I've never really tried to breed barbs either. Are plants ideal for spawning, or do you need something floating to catch the eggs? So for egg scatterers, you need something on the bottom of the tank, right? So what a lot of people will do is they'll just get like one of those thin or like shallow plastic containers, and then just put a screen over it, and then the eggs will fall through the screen, and then so the adults can't get down there and kill them. And you give them like a day or two of just scattering the eggs, and you'll get enough of them in there, and then you just pull that whole plastic tray out and put it in a different aquarium and let them hatch out from there. That air fryer is $50 off at Costco until tomorrow. Really? It gave me full price. For me, it just says $1.99. Shipping and handling is $5. I wonder how much of that is shipping and how much of that is handling. Does anyone else ever wonder that? Shipping and handling. We know it costs more than $5 to ship that. So is it just a handling charge? Is it just a surcharge to stick on there? I'm going to change my website to say shipping and handling, not just shipping. Uh-oh. If you're in California, this Ninja Food Smart It could give you cancer. Just saying. It says, warning, cancer and reproductive harm for Californians. Watch out, California. It's got a lot of 5-star reviews, though. Just use the waffle iron. Yeah, right? You can buy a waffle iron for like 10 bucks. So aquarium hobbyists, no, you definitely do not need plants. Most people that are spawning egg scatterers have no plants, no decor, just water, food, and an egg catch. Now, if you want to breed them in a community setting, then yes. In a community setting, you will need lots of plants. Bob, are you willing to pay extra for handling? Yeah, I mean, you'll definitely get a bigger tip for sure. Right? I think there was about 3 double entendres in that little sentence there, so you're welcome. I'm finished and heading home. All right. Bob, the one I'm talking about is actually on sale on Amazon right now. It's $129. Yeah, but if I spend $130 on that, then that's $130 I don't have to spend on Corydoras. So you gotta weigh these things. What's more important here? Life Feeding ASMR says, I have a colony of 10 L46 zebra plecos in a bare bottom tank, 5 pea puffers in a bare bottom tank, 8 panda cories in a sanded tank, and a tank full of purple bucephalandra. Sounds fun. I've come a long way from 31, been buying fish since 1999. Gonna party like it's 1999. Shipping and handling equals the amount extra we still need to charge, including shipping and handling, to remain within our desired profit margin. I'm curious what Costco runs, what their profit margin is. I'm kind of curious. Costco profit margin. What are they running here? Or do they even say? $11.1% in 2021. Slightly down from 11.2. That's way higher than I thought it was, actually. 13, 13, 12, 12, 11. They're on their way down. They're going the wrong way. Although you can't really count the last 2 years. That's not really fair, I guess. I want to remove some MTS from my 5-gallon betta tank. There's just too many. And no, I don't overfeed. What do I do with them or take them out? I would just put down a thing of cucumber. And they'll all just swarm the piece of cucumber. And then you just take it out with all the snails on it. Slowly. You don't just pick it up out because all the snails will come flying off. But like, pick it up really slow. Put a net under there and then just like scoop them all out. That's how I get rid of snails when I want to. Although I do love snails, so I would have to have a lot of snails before I went that way. Alexander Engelhart gifting 20 Steenfott Aquatics memberships. Buddy, I was just thinking about you the other day. I almost texted you, but I feel like my once a month texts are already too much. But almost. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it. Still need to get those fish from you, which is what I was going to text you about. Wow, there's no lag in this anymore, is there? Big Shrimpin', Papa Shrimp, Benjamin, Ken, Darren, Shelby, Ken, Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration, Amateur Aquatic Addiction, Nancy B in Tennessee, Gabriel's Glass Boxes, Jim, Chris, Lisa, Harlan, Elwin, Todd, B. Wood, Carrie, Regina, never mind Regina, scratch that, Jeff. All gifted memberships. Thank you so much. And if you're new, we stream at 3:30 PST 3:30 p.m. PST every Monday for members only. Except for this week, which was apparently an open invite for everyone. If you got the notification, even if you weren't a member, you to see this week's member-only stream. And for the people that were there, I'm sure they can verify that we talk about a lot of stuff, but we don't talk about fish. So if you have fish questions, we'll answer them. But for the most part, for the non-members, you're not missing any fish-related content, so don't worry. Do those publicly disclosed profits account for reinvestment into the corporation? Like if it's business and spending, some open to new locations or something. I'm sure. So profit margin is not profit, right? So that you're basically taking the average of everything they sell. They make 11% on it, and with that 11%, that's when they're going to go out and use that money to open and expand stores, or obviously just take out a loan or anything like that. So profit margin is just what they make. So for instance, Walmart runs a 2.7% profit margin. So, which is crazy to think about. So that's like, you know, they buy something for $2. They're literally selling it for like what? $2.04, 8 cents. So it's not how much money they're making overall. It's just average per product, what they make per sale, essentially. I don't know. Probably a terrible explanation, but is that the number they tell us, or is that total profits? Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely not total profits. Because obviously you would need to know, like, you just can't say they, you know, 11% is their profits, right? It has to be like the number, like how many sales. So if they said, well, we did 2.5 billion in sales, you could say, okay, 11% of that was profit. Costco has to get their products super cheap. I got a 4-pack of Kong brand toys for $16. One at a regular store is at least $20. Yeah, I was looking at Kong toys the other day, and can't believe how expensive they are at like Petco. It's the worst. A good place for, like, if you just want dog toys for your dogs to trash, just go to the dollar store. It's the best place. I have to be careful though, because my dogs will eat their toys after they shred them, so not always something I can do. Medcow74 says, just realized I haven't heard any audio hiccups. Well, that's good. Hopefully everyone is in that same boat. Aquarium Hobbyist says, are cichlids any more difficult to keep than tropical fish? Well, cichlids kind of are tropical fish. And do they require more? So I believe cichlids are the largest group of tropical fish in the world. So it's hard to say, like, do they require more? Like, there's so many. I mean, Rift Lake cichlids versus like cichlids coming out of the Amazon, totally different care. It's very vast. You know, cichlids in the Mediterranean, they're just everywhere. UPS, you're living the dream with the $20 super chat, says your house and installation fund. Thank you so much, Katie. I appreciate it. I like using microworms for raising Cory fry. I love microworms. If you feed them at night, the uneaten worms are still alive in the water in the morning and they don't foul the water. Yeah, microworms are by far my favorite live food. By far. I figured we might hear from Mr. Alexander on this one. He says, depends on if you're talking about gross profit margin or net profit margin. Gross profit margin would be the cost of materials and labor subtracted from revenue. Net profit includes all spending. For me, I just say whatever's higher. Someone asks, how much is your business making this year? Well, I'm just gonna give you the gross amount, because that sounds like when you're filling out a credit app. I'm gonna list the gross amount for my business, not the net. Bow Wow says I'm still hearing it. I know it's still there. I can see when it happens, but it's definitely not happening as much. So my computer did fry. I had to basically reinstall everything, and the good news of that is that I do kind of know what the problem is now with the sound hiccup. The bad news is it basically requires a new computer to fix because it's an issue with the motherboard. And if you're gonna replace the motherboard, you might as well replace the processor, which means you might as well replace the RAM, the video card. I was actually surprised how old this computer is now. Like I feel like I just built it yesterday, but it's coming up on 3 years now. Yes, my pups just want the plastic squeaker inside the toys. We got a 50-pack of Amazon just to replace them. See, mine swallow those squeakers, so I have to be real careful. Like, I'll go to the dollar store and buy just like an entire bag of just cheap dog toys, and then I'll just take them, I'll throw them all out on the floor at once and let them go nuts. But only if I'm going to like stay around. So like I just won't throw them and then go like golfing or something. Like I have to sit there and watch them to make sure they're not eating and swallowing it. Because one of them tore apart one of their rope toys the other day when I wasn't looking. And then the next day, like they just pooped rope like all day long. They were just pooping rope. And it's very disgusting because rope poop doesn't come out in clumps. It comes out in long strings. And so they're basically like walking around with their butt in the air, and like stringing along poop in the background. It's like a lyre tail, except it's poop, right? It's not very fun. So rope toys, although they're good for their teeth, I hate when I miss something and they eat it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Works. Works says, if you're replacing those, do you want to risk those new parts with some dusty PSU you have? Yeah, it's really like you just might as well start over. Just build a whole brand new one. So. Never-ending list of expenses. But we'll get. I'm so glad our dog is entertained with tree limbs. I can do that one too. Bob pulled a string out of a dog's butt. I literally followed with the shovel and like staked the shovel on the string and then let him keep walking. It's just anyways moving on. I raise baddest on with micro worms. They breed often. Yeah, I really need to get some. It's been a while. Now that reminds me, I actually messaged someone about getting them, and I totally forgot to check my email. They probably messaged me like 3 months ago. Like, yeah, you can have some. I'm the worst. Getting home tomorrow after a month-long trip to Florida, and I've had and I have my 7th 55-gallon high-tech display tank waiting for me to set up. I'm eyeing blue Moscow guppies, ideas for mates with them. Corydoras, shrimp. I think blue is the only Moscow guppy I haven't had. My favorite are the black Moscow guppies. But I don't know. I love doing shrimp with guppies. I would 100% do shrimp with guppies. Plus, if you're getting a new motherboard, do you want to hamper your upgrade options and not buy the new DDR5, PCIe 5.0? It just never ends, man. Just never ends. I was actually on Amazon and Newegg looking, and I'm like, yeah. I can fix the audio issue by using a USB microphone, and that's probably what I'm going to do. I gotta find a USB microphone or like a USB audio controller that I can plug an XLR into. But I'm not sure. I'm still eyeballing the Shure 7 SMB or whatever that one is. So we'll see. You know how Moscow guppies got their names? I actually did a whole documentary on that. So I'm sure is what you're talking about. Yeah, if you don't know how Moscow guppies got their names, I made a video on that. Probably one of my most informative videos I've ever made. Could be a driver issue. Definitely not a driver issue. It's hardware for sure. Everyone's like, video card prices came down. Time to hike everything else up. Well, we could potentially be running into another chip shortage, so who knows what's going to happen there. Aquarium Hobby says, have you ever kept bleeding heart tetras? Yes, I have. I'd never bred them, but I love bleeding heart tetras because they get really, really big. For a tetra. But a really big, full-grown bleeding heart tetra is pretty awesome. I made the mistake of trying to put them outside in a pond, and I think they were just too large, and they got eaten pretty quick because they were gone pretty fast. So a little too big for the little above ground ponds, I think. Oh man. Chip shortage at my work. I'm trying to make this 2 hours worth of work last all 8. There's a chip shortage in my house. Man, I love chips. I'd go for a bag right now. My dog Milo is obsessed with a ball that glows in the dark. Ooh, that'd be pretty fun. Funny to play at night, and the ball is all I can see. So mine love the temperature gun laser pointer. Mine go crazy over that. There's nothing more entertaining than a mastiff going after the little laser. It's so funny because he pounces. Like, he doesn't run. He runs while pouncing, and it's just the most adorable thing you'll ever see from a ginormous dog. No snacks in the clean room. I can't tell you how many empty pop cans we find in the server room. It's just only a matter of time before someone knocked one into one, and it happened. Chuck-It makes a good glow-in-the-dark ball. That's interesting. Someone needs to set up a thing. So instead of Katie like super chatting me at $20, like, she'll buy like a glow-in-the-dark ball for my dog or something. That's what I need. I need super toys for my dogs. When building fish racks, would you do 10s on top, 20s in the middle, and 40s on the bottom? Or separate racks for each size? I know, you don't like 10s. So I'm actually building racks right now, in the middle of it. So very good question. I'm building my racks to be very modular. So if I'm building a rack, I'm building it for one aquarium. So I could put 20s on this aquarium rack, and next year, if I want to do 10s, I just take out the entire rack and replace it with a rack that I built for 10s. So I'm building racks for 40 breeders that way, 20s, 20 high, 20 long, and 10 gallons. So at any point, I could just be like, I'm tired of 20 longs, taking the whole thing out, and I'm just going to slide in this 20 high rack in its place. So that's what I'm doing. I'll have one wall where the racks will be kind of permanent because it's going to go the entire length of the wall, which is just, it's only like 8 feet wide. But all the racks that are going lengthwise, those will be the ones that I can just swap in and out. A P.O. box. Yeah, I need to restart my P.O. box. That's a good idea. What is the best tropical food brands? Is it still New Life Spectrum, Hikari? I don't think I ever put Hikari as the best. I think it's probably one of the best values, but not the best quality. My go-to one right now is Extreme. Actually, this stuff right here. Boom, Extreme. I love this stuff. The small sinking pellet here is my favorite. It's like 50-some% protein, which is nice. Oh wait, this is the other one. No, this is the bigger one. I'm talking about the nano one. The nano one is like 50-some% protein, which I love. Ooh, dark and spooky for Halloween? Yep. That's the most I was willing to do for Halloween, is put like an orange filter on my camera. My Congo tetras chase the temperature laser like cats, and the cat isn't impressed with it. Dude, my rainbows, I had to stop. I used to take temperature in my tanks with it, but the rainbows would like just bash into everything trying to chase it down, so I had to stop doing that. Or at least be a little bit more strategic when I was, or when and where I was pointing it. Racks on racks to stack on stacks. That's right, buddy. What do you use for your aquariums for your filters? For bacteria, sponge filters. But Big Shrimp, and to answer your question, in my last aquarium rack, I did 40s on the bottom, and then 20s in the middle, and 20s on the top. And then I had a whole separate rack just for 10s. This time, I'm doing it racks per size, like I said. You can turn the laser off on most. Well, what would be the fun of that? Rapashi and fluval bug bites have been the best ingredients I can find in the big box stores. The fluval bug bites, the thing I don't like about them is the consistency. Is like sometimes you'll get a nice moist nugget food out of there, and then other times it's just like rock hard. And when it's rock hard, I'm just like, this has got to be stale. That's the only thing I think of, is that it's stale. Like, I don't know, they're just like, sometimes I open bug bites and I'm like, yeah, this is fresh, this is really nice food. And sometimes I open it and it's like opening up a can of rocks. It's just like, what is this? So to be fair, it's probably been at least a year, maybe a year and a half since I've bought bug bites. So maybe it's changed, but that was my big gripe with them. I do love Rapashi as well. It's just getting really expensive. But I mean, everything's getting expensive, so whatever. Basically, it's just a matter of like, everyone has their personal favorites. It's pretty rare to have food that is just bad, right? Most of them are gonna at least be decent enough. But everyone has their favorites. Hey Zen, I heard you have a CO2 setup you're selling. No, she's giving it away. Giving it away. I'm wearing my aquarium keeper costume. That's as far as I go. What's an aquarium keeper costume? Is that a shirt with no sleeves so you can reach into your tank without getting your sleeves wet? You know what? I'm gonna pull up this chuck it thing real quick too. Chuck it. That reminds me of Suck It from The Office. It sucks up their toys. Do you need to hear the noise again? Suck it. Oh, these orange, the orange balls. I know these ones. Okay. So you're saying those are pretty durable? Have to check them out. I am going shopping for my dogs tomorrow, so perfect timing. I just like insect-based over salmon, meal-based for my nano fish. What about krill? Krill. Does anyone have any other ingredients they look for in fish food? I always hunt for black soldier fly larvae. Something I like to do is grind up. You can buy like big bags of soldier fly larvae. Well, on Amazon, but any like co-op stores that are by you, because I give them to like chickens and stuff. You can buy like 50-pound bags at the co-op for pretty cheap. And I like to mash them up and then mix them in with the Rapashi. That's one of my favorite foods. Rocky Miles says, realized I forgot to hit the like button. Anyone else forget also? And this is one of the reasons I love Rapashi, is because you can kind of customize it like that. Okay. We need at least 10 more likes. Come on, we can do 10 more. Just 10 more. Get us to the century mark. Not saying. You know what? Actually, I am going to go AFK real quick and hope that when I get back, we're at 100 likes. Don't even lie. But now to complete the water change process. Water change is with Steenfott Aquatics. Okay. That is some good water. I don't know what it is about this brand, but I love their water. It tastes so good. I would rarely like a video without someone telling me to. Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of the same way. Like, you better tell me to like it or I'm not gonna. But I also hate when people are like, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and leave a comment and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to check out my Patreon, or if you want to buy me a coffee, you know, click on that link down below. Also, check out my Amazon affiliate links. I don't know. I'm exaggerating. Really, it's whatever I'm wearing at the time. I'm always digging around and replanting stuff. I try and move rocks every few days to curb aggression. Smart. Oh, wait, I didn't even check. Oh, we hit 110. See? You asked for 10 and I asked for 10 and you gave me 20. Mute your mic next time you are changing the water. No. There was that one time that I did pee on stream and everybody heard it because I didn't think the mic would pick it up, but it did. So that was fun. If you want to buy my dog a new chew toy, check the description. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. One of these days, I'm going to go out and I'm going to look for all, like, there's Patreon, there's Buy Me a Coffee. What else? OnlyFans, Amazon affiliate. I feel like I'm missing a ton of them. Check out my MySpace. I'm going to make a video of just that. Like, it's going to be like 5 minutes long. Check this out. Check out my Instagram. Well, that's smart. I can mix it with the Snello too. Yeah. It's really fun, like playing around and making your own fish food. And you don't, you can just get your own binder, but you already have Rapashi and whatever. It's easy. Sweet guitars? I think so too. MySpace? I do have a MySpace. No one's ever came and found me though, so kind of disappointing. If there's anything I could do to get off Facebook, I'll do it, and that includes setting up a MySpace account. I could just delete Facebook, but no, I can't. I'm addicted to Facebook Marketplace. That's where I sell everything. Stuff just sells so fast. You post stuff on Craigslist, maybe 2, 3, 4 days later it's sold. You put something on Facebook Marketplace, it's like an hour later it sells. It's so nice. Anyone here keep Colombian tetras? I've also kept Colombian tetras, although I did not spawn. They are pretty easy to spawn. Buy me a coffee is what I use since not monetized with YouTube. I think it's about to get harder to be monetized with YouTube as well. Pure speculation, but I feel like that's coming down the pipe. Yeah, don't forget to make the title of the video. You won't believe what happens next. It's so massively epic. And then you got to put in there, like, watch till the end, you know? I hate those. I like it when they put watch to the end on a video that's like 3 seconds long. Like, did I have any other choice? Like, I can't click off this video before it ends. Oh, man. I will say, at least the clickbait is not as bad as it used to be. You remember, like, 2015 YouTube? That was bad. That was, I mean, you had the clickbait and you had the thumbnail that had nothing to do with the video, but it would still get like 1 million views just because of how bad oh man, it was the worst. It really is rarely epic, for sure. Meta is just meh. Facebook is terrible, let's be honest. Breathing is when you suck in and continue to live? What? All right. What product do I use for dechlorinating water? Seachem Safe. Seachem Safe. Seachem. Seachem. Regina, I can't really talk. I love TikTok and it's trash. To be fair, once TikTok learns your likes and your dislikes, it's not a bad place to be. I would say TikTok is better than Instagram now. Like, Instagram went downhill fast. Instagram was my favorite for a long time, but now again it's just terrible. Like, Instagram is so bad now. Video titles followed by not clickbait. Yeah. My next title is going to be clickbait, not clickbait. Yeah, clickbait. Clickbait title, and then in parentheses, not clickbait. That's what I'll name next week's stream. How about that? Mr. Penguin says, minimum tank size for Steenfott guppies, and do they really need high flow? High flow is pretty subjective. Do they need it? Probably not. Would they enjoy it? Yes. What's going to be more important when it comes to fish that like high flow, what's more important is the oxygen levels. So the reason they like high flow is because usually faster flowing water has higher oxygen content. So if you're unable to provide high flow, then just put a couple extra air stones in there. And minimum tank size for Steenfott guppies, I mean, it really depends on which one. But generally, 20 gallons fine. People keep them in 10 gallons. I don't know that I'd keep them anything smaller than a 20 long, though, because they do like to move around. I bet that was a fun sound. Facebook had to send their CEO in front of Congress to beg them to lower the fines for meddling in the election and running psyops on the American people. Well, if people are dumb enough to fall for it, whatever. What I like is how much their stock has crashed in the last week. That makes me happy. What was it? It's down like 28% in one day. That's what makes me happy. The real giveaway is the friends we made along the way. Isn't that just sweet? Plus giveaway. Hey, giveaways get views. Don't not giveaways. Like, you put giveaway in the title, it's gonna get views. As long as you're actually giving something away, I got no problem with it. No problem at all. Instagram is great for pet community, very supportive and caring. They rallied big time when my senior dogs needed financial support and sent me lots of nice messages and gifts. It's a close community. I feel like you can have that close community anywhere. Like, that's more about the people than the platform. That's someone who spent the time to build a nice community, right? And to kick out people that are not good for the community. I mean, there's good Facebook groups out there. There's a lot more bad ones, but for anyone who actually puts in the time, the thing I don't like about Instagram now is it's all about audio and reels. So, like, every single reel has the same audio now. Like, just, oh gosh, the one with the kids screaming just annoys the crap out of me. It's great, Bob. I love that even Meta employees don't use it. They know better. I like the companies that ask for your login info. Like, are you kidding me? That has nothing to do with Facebook, but it just blows my mind. Like, what's your Facebook login? Every week is an information giveaway. Well, that may be true here. I don't know what kind of information you're getting, but there's definitely information on this stream, that's for sure. Remember the aquarium community 6 years ago? Sheesh. I feel like the amount of fish police has gone down a lot. And I feel like YouTube is to thank for that. Because honestly, like, fish police were the worst until YouTubers came on here and just told them to shut up, like, go away. So I mean, I wholeheartedly think that YouTube is directly related to the decline of the fish police. Hear that? Oh no, audio. I want to check my phone. Exactly. It's so annoying. And you really have like 6 audio clips that they use, and then it's like someone will post like, ooh, new trending audio, and then like everything has that audio. It's just awful. What do I think of Dustin's fish tank scapes? Honestly, I haven't looked at any of his scapes in a long time. I really like his dirted 220 from like 5 years ago. I don't know if he still has it or not. But that Dustin's fish tanks, his dirted 220 is the tank that got me kind of into Rainbowfish. So I'll never forget that one. I hate the robot voices. Me too. The fish police, they live inside my head. Please, for the love of baby cheeses, someone please ask fish questions. You're capable of asking fish questions too. Come on. You know the viewers drive the show here. If you want to talk about fish, you got to start talking about fish. I'm going to talk about whatever. Right now, we're talking about social media. Have I ever kept glass bloodfin tetras? No. Have I kept bloodfin tetras? Yes. And I will say you need very tight-fitting lids when it comes to bloodfin tetras, because they are jumpers. They love to jump. Rocky Miles says, just got an email confirmation that my co-op order is on the way. Finally getting some crenums. Nice. I need to make an order too. I need a new hat. I need a new co-op hat. Hey Bob, ever spawned red lizard whiptails? And not only have I not spawned them, I have actually never even kept them. So I have nothing to tell you about. Mr. Penguin says, okay, Ginger, has anybody ever kept dwarf anchor catfish? I have banjo catfish. That's the closest thing I got. I've never kept dwarf anchor catfish. Ginger Grumble says, thanks to you, I want hummingbird tetras. Well, thanks to me, you might be getting some. So, there you go. Funny story, the last 12 bristlenose plecos I bought have all been female. Thought they just weren't old enough, but no, half of them are past 1 year. Definitely bristlenose plecos, and all female. I'm kind of worried about that with the Corydoras I just bought. Like, I only got 8 of each, and if they all come one sex, I'm going to be very sad. Especially the Corydoras lortoensis, because they don't have any more. I ordered 8, they sent me 7 and said that they were out, and if all 7 of them come male or female, I'm going to be very sad. Like, I mean, the odds are in my favor, but it's happened before. Amanda says, I have a Aquarium in a 32 cube that's going to move into a 63 gallon. It's cramped and going to look much better in the bigger tank. I agree. However, be prepared because it might die back a little bit. It's been known to happen with critters. So just be aware. Not to brag or anything, but the co-op used my review on the website for a hat. It's a big deal. Now, did they use your review, or were you just the last one to review, and that's why it's on top? I've got some really good reviews. Is there a way to look at your own reviews? I just left a review myself. Oh no, I formatted my computer, so I don't know if I remember my password. Cross your fingers. Wrong password. All right, let's try this one. Why doesn't enter? Come on. Come on, co-op. Okay. Let's try this password. Wrong again. Okay. Let's try this password. Wrong again. How about let's try forgot your password? Let's see if that works. We have sent you an email. All right. Customer account password reset. Reset password. All right. Password. Password is Bob Attababy It's a Boy. Okay. Put my email back in there. Put Bob Attababy It's a Boy. Oops, spelled it wrong. Bob Attababy It's a Boy. Sign in. Wrong password. What? Are you kidding me right now? Okay, here we are. All right, now how? Why is there 8 addresses under my account? Who's been using my Aquarium co-op account? Come on, don't lie. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 addresses listed in my account. One of you's been using my account. I probably have to go to like order history, right? Is there a thing? I don't know. Your orders, here we go. This is taking way too much time. I've kind of lost my motivation for this. I review things so unhelpfully. It's a media bag. It did the thing, or the plant grew. I don't know, but that's less exciting. I choose to believe they chose mine. I mean, they could. I don't know how it works. I think Rummy Nose is the gem of the trade. Have you ever kept them? I have, and I think they're a little too fragile. Okay, what hat was it? I gotta look at the review. Okay. Hat. You gotta tell me what hat it was, because I want to look. Alright, I'm looking for Amy. I'm looking for Amy. This one. What do you... It shows, like, all the reviews. How do you have just one? Fun hat. The hat is made really well and sporting the ever-cute Maboo Puffer Murphy. Lots of people want to know more about the buck-toothed cutie on the hat, and it's a fun way to share the hobby. I love the gray and dark green colors, and it fits so well. There you go. I found it. Did they get rid of the floater boaters? Don't tell me they got rid of those. Tell me they're still here. Merch. I want the floater boater. Where is it? Oh, did they take it off the website? That's not fair. Dang, it's not on the website. What about the Maboo Puffer hoodie? I left a review there once. Can I find that one? Man, there should be an easier way to do this. This should be priority. How do I find my own reviews? As I ignore 100 people. Maybe this will be the homework. I don't even know why I'm looking. Here's a review. Very nice. That's just the review. Very nice. Sometimes it's fun. Have you ever gone on Amazon and read the reviews there? Some of them are pretty good. Not too thick, but not too thin. I wouldn't be surprised if my reviews got deleted because they're pretty ridiculous. Well made. Well made. Oh, you can do selfies? I didn't know you could upload pictures. Anyways. Alright, I'm back. Amy says, I wrote that one? No, the one you're wearing. I mean, it says Amy S for the reviewer. And it has the correct location for you, so I think that is you. You guys are talking amongst yourselves while I'm ignoring you. I like it. Perfection. This hoodie is a perfection. Oh, here's my review. I found it. I found it. My review of the Maboo Puffer hoodie. I arrived at Aquarium Co-op, mounted my courtesy scooter, walking is such a drag, sitting side saddle so the puffer would show. While I was browsing Rainbowfish, I could hear a asthmatic breathing behind me. I turned around to see a slightly sweaty Dream in sweatpants and flip-flops standing there. She told me she liked the puffer on my hoodie. I asked her to Chuck E. Cheese. She offered me a swig from her Mountain Dew, and I drove my scooter with her shuffling alongside out the door into the rest of our lives. Thank you, Puffer Hoodie. See, now that is a quality review. Is there a date on here? October 12th, 2018. I leave good reviews. I read a review. I read a review on an aquarium filter that had a full description of the nitrogen cycle, beneficial bacteria, cleaning filters, etc. It was huge but really good. That's kind of funny. Jeffrey says, I went to my LFS today to get some neon tetras. $5 per. See them online for $2. Cheaper even with shipping. No 50 for my first 125. Wait, no 50? Zen Ginger said there were trick-or-treaters. We had the lights off, but that's the first ones I've seen in years. There you go. Oh, wow, that is a review. My floater boaty one was really good. I'm sad that that's not on the website anymore. Maybe they are and I just don't see them. Although, I'm pretty sure they wanted those off the website as fast as possible. Let's see what you had to say about this one. I don't think I could like a hat more. This is a great hat in every way possible. I love that it is a good-looking hat and a subtle reminder to people that I am a nerd. All right. All right. I'll go with the reviews. I think only 10 kids live in this complex, and I think they just go to the mall or parties. Everett is a really trash city. 10 kids live in this complex. Oh, never mind, I get it. Today is my birthday, and I have the flu. Well, happy birthday, Cameron. Despite the flu, happy birthday. Maria, I live in the suburbs, so I guess the neighborhood people are trying to go back to normal. Oh. I see. Oh, they didn't come up and rain. They just made it part way up the driveway, and I saw the motion lights come on, but their parents motioned them. There's nothing worse than when you have the lights off, and you're like really like hiding in your house, and they still come to the door. Any tips on how to find Dario Kajal? No. Let's take a look. Dario Bangladesh. I don't recall ever seeing these for sale anywhere. Kajal means black eyeliner. There you go. Yeah, I have never seen these available anywhere. Dario species in general can be pretty hard to find, but this one, yeah, I've never seen it. Like I could put a big bowl of candy and a sign that says "Do not knock," and they are still pounding like little hoodlums. I won't see you again before my birthday, Bob. You gonna wish me happy birthday too? Not if it's not my birthday. That's not fair. When will it end? I'll have to start saying happy birthday to 500 people every stream. Gotta put the foot down somewhere. Rocky Mile says, Bob, have you ever kept green Kubatoy Rasboras? Good for my 10-gallon with shrimp versus the chilies. So the neon green Rasbora is definitely awesome. It would do fine in a 10-gallon. You could do more chilies. You could have like a higher school of chilies because they're smaller. But you could do Kubatoys. You could do like 8-ish. Not a problem. They're actually they're my all-time favorite Rasbora. The neon green Rasbora. I've kept them many, many, many times. Let's make it a thing. Every live we do a segment called This or That. It does well on another channel I watch. I've done a handful already. It's a good way to get aquarium related questions. This or that. Like, what's the premise? This or that. Like, expand. This or that. So, like, Corydoras or plecos, or like, I don't know. Charge them for your service, Bob. $2. A website where celebrities go to whore themselves out. Cameo.com. Should I start a Cameo? Charge $2 for happy birthdays. And check out my Cameo after you head on over to my Patreon and buy me a coffee and What's the best way to treat ick? That's pretty subjective, but my favorite way is just raising the temperature and adding salt. I'm old school like that. This or that. Live plants or fake? Yes, you get it. Oh, Zen says Cameo. No. I'm definitely going to start a Cameo now just because Zenny said no. Fiverr? No. Fivers are where professionals go to make side money. This or that. Unlimited plants or unlimited rocks and decor. Like for free. Like you just have this magic genie. I would go plants for sure because I can go get rocks and wood out of my yard. Have I ever had hog-nosed cories? Negative. Hog-nosed cories. Can't say that I have. Hola, Fishola. Bob Vance. Vance Refrigerations. I thought you were a member now. Didn't you win a membership? Oh, you did. Bob Vance. Vance Refrigeration. Oh, wrong. Never mind. Anyways, I'm not giving candy to kids and actually put effort into it. What makes you think showing up here 5 times is going to get you anything? Regina says, I typically get teenage trick-or-treaters. They barely bother to wear a costume, if at all. They come back several times a night. Yeah, I know those ones. I don't give them anything. I don't give them anything. And then I sit out and hide in my bushes, waiting for them to come back and egg my house. And then I shoot them with my paintball gun. What fish to eat shrimp, but not chilies? I'm joking. I don't shoot kids with paintball guns. What fish to eat shrimp, but not chilies? I think you're going to want probably a dwarf cichlid that stays at the bottom. Like an apisto, something like that. Maybe like a golden dwarf cichlid is probably better. Maybe, yeah, I would probably maybe go like golden dwarf cichlids. There's always going to be the possibility of them eating your chili rasboras, though. But something that stays towards the bottom is going to be a best bet. Are those your own species, or is that a bred trait, the hognose cories? There are Corydoras with long snouts. I've never specifically heard of one called the hognose cory. But there's definitely species that have elongated schnozzes. I'd be curious of the scientific name of a hognose Corydora. Or a C number. Hognose Cory, the Brocus multiradiatus. So it's a Brocus. There you go. Brocus. Last year, apple pie shots were a hit. I figured I better keep the trend going. It's one of those things, once you do it once, you got to keep doing it. When you say fiver, that is a term that was used by the Russian people during the Stalin era for short-term 5-year sentence to the Gulag. To the Gulag. Maybe that's why they added an extra R. If you go to fiverr.com, it's a place where people do a lot of side work and stuff. Or, you know, they do make a living there too. Fiverr.com. Fiverr.com. UPS are living the dream, says my rainbow cichlids don't mess with any of my rasboras. One or the other. Brocus alicadocious. I do like that. One or the other type of thing. Might have to put some brain power into that. That's a good suggestion. I made the mistake of feeding my bicher silver sides, and now he won't touch anything else. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? Could be worse. You could try to starve him out. See if he'll go back to pellets or something. Gotta be careful with treats. Gotta be careful with treats, because that's exactly what can happen. For the one or the other, I used to do polls that were those were kind of popular on my channel a couple years ago. Doing the polls like rasboras or tetras. Which do you prefer? Got pretty good engagement, I would say. Do rainbow fish jump out of tanks? Like, not on purpose, but they are jumpers. They're not going around like suiciding all the time, but they definitely jump and you can lose them. Amateur Aquatic Edition says, yay, I got a membership. Good day, everyone. Hi, Bob. Hello, Amateur Aquatic Addiction. K-Stew showing up right at the end again. Didn't you do that last week too, buddy? And I think you said if I wore a costume, you were gonna do it like a large super chat, and I am in costume, so you know, just saying. My Jack Dempsey got hooked on Hikari carnivore wafer. Would stare at me from across the room. I mean, that is a pretty good food. I do love the carnivore massivore foods. What is a silverside? It's a fish. It's a little bitty fish. Well, I mean, they're like 3-4 inches. Well, I guess they could be smaller. I had to save the rainbows that jumped so many times. You really just gotta worry, like, fish jump when they're bothered, right? So usually during water changes is where we lose a lot of fish, right? We're distracted. We're walking back and forth from the sink. Your tube's in there banging around. You might get one that jumped out and you just don't notice. That's what usually happens to me. Silversides are whole frozen fish, small fish. Designed for fish food or for people, both. So like a cheap place to get silversides are like Asian marketplaces. If you have an Asian marketplace, you can get frozen silversides for really cheap. Way cheaper than like the Hikari or like branded fish food silversides. Captain Silversides was a pirate, clearly. Amanda, a lot of people use silversides for like feeding their turtles and stuff as well. Jump on in, the water's fine. Nathan, yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea. I think that's a pretty decent idea. Maybe talk about it more in the next member stream, figure something out. But that being said, that's going to do it for this stream. It is over. We've made it to 2 hours. Thanks everyone for coming out. I appreciate it. Thanks for the super chatters, mods, lurkers. That's the silver-sided dace. I didn't know people eat silver sides. Yep. I mean, people eat a lot of weird stuff, but I currently do not have any turtles. I wish I did, but I currently do not have any turtles. But anyways, thank you again so much for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. And, you know, if you guys weren't here, I wouldn't be here. So I hope you all have a great week. And we'll see you again same time next week. And it won't be Halloween, so it'll be better. It'll be better. And happy Halloween, I guess.